that I can really sense from it, go on then, right, is that cut, video done. Whenever a black box from Arizona arrives, I always get excited. And today is no different because we have a brand new 2025 club from the guys at PXG. So we know that the whole concept of Langle balanced putters, of zero torque putters, has gone wild across the golfing world. Even JJ Spawn winning the US Open just a few weeks ago with his lab putter. But today we have a new offering from PXG, and this is designed to help you with your game whilst looking a little bit more mainstream. So you can see this is the brand new PXG Hellcat putter, and you can see just exactly what they're trying to do with this by making it that little bit more forgiving and of course zero or less torque. Let's test it out on the golf course today and see just how good this is. And we even have that little kind of forward press grip, which you can tell PXG are learning in abundance from, because this now looks absolutely fantastic. So without any further ado, let's hold some putts. So you can see here I now have 3 PXG putters in my hands, and they are all a zero torque putter. So this is the latest one we had. This is the Bat Attack. This is one of my personal favorites. You can see it's that kind of blade style shape with the nice high MOI wings at the back. That for me is the shape that I would personally be choosing of this trifecta of putters, which is what PXG described it as in the email. And we also have the Allen, which was their first attempt at a zero torque putter, and that's aptly named after Mr. Bob Parsons' brother. So very, very nice touch there for that. And I thought this was a really, really nice start actually. We saw this out in Arizona, Scottsdale, well, a good past part of a year ago now, and really, really enjoyed the ideology of this. We all know that zero torque putters, low torque putters are making moves in the golfing world with Lab, with Axis One, with lots of different brands. Obviously Odyssey now as well having their say on it. But now we have this. And this is the Hellcat putter, and it actually comes in at a staggeringly low price point, $249, which I think in 2025 really isn't a bad price for a putter with this amount of technology. So we'll talk about the tech in just a moment. But one of the first things I want to mention is about this grip, which I spoke about in the introduction, because I can certainly tell that PXG are keeping an eye on all of the zero torque putters, and that's one thing which a lot of the brands actually failed to do when they were having these ideas or kind of making these ideas their own. So I have hit a couple of putts already with this, and one of the big things that I can really sense from it, go on then, right, is that cut, video done. I don't know. The first thing that I get from this is the feel of it. So for $249, you might think, oh, it's going to feel a bit crap, it's going to feel like a budget putter, but it feels very, very similar to the old school ping putters. The sound that I get from this really does kind of give me that feedback of centerness of strike or of out the toe or the heel, because it sounds a little bit higher pitch the more central you get it out the face. That's a fantastic roll there. Just blocked that one just a touch. But one thing that I think the zero torque putters do is, shall I say it? They look a little bit ugly. They don't look fantastic. Whereas now you can see we have it in almost a Answer-esque style or Newport-esque style head. And obviously by shifting that hosel so it goes straight into the middle of the club, we are still getting that technology and that kind of feedback from the putter. So it's a really, really nice attempt, I think, from PXG. The fact we've got this forward press grip, I've gone on about this quite a lot, means that we don't have to have the hands forward here, because one of the things which I personally think Odyssey did wrong with their initial attempts at these zero torque putters was they just had a standard grip on there. Now, if you know that you have 1.5 degrees forward press, then that's absolutely fine. But if you can do that time after time after time and be kind of repeat it exactly the same, you're a much better golfer than me, a much better golfer than Chris, and a much better golfer than most golfers on the planet. If we then had something where it does this for us, hence this grip here, we don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about the forward press. And one of the things I want to show you with that is if we come and look at the club face alignment here, so I've lined that ball up nicely to the hole. If I were to forward press this more, you can see how that starts to open the face up, and if I backward press it, it closes the face and adds loft. So essentially what we're trying to do here is recreate the same movements time after time after time, and from there we can start to really hit some nice putts. It really does feel, have you hit this yet? Chris is behind the camera, there's no Bobby today. Bobby's in Bobby's gone to Iceland, Reykjavik. I don't know why, I don't know. I've heard he's got a taste for the Icelandics, but realistically, if we can just make sure that we do use this technology as it's supposed to be used, so we don't worry about the forward press too much, just step into your shot, make sure the ball position's correct. Now, all I'm thinking about for this putt is length of stroke. I'm not thinking too much about the line, I'm not thinking too much about the start line, I'm not trying to manipulate this shot at all. So from there, I know that I'm going to be able to hit my best possible putts. And the fact that the zero torque or low torque does allow us not to worry about the club face manipulating itself throughout the stroke really does mean that we're going to be able to focus more on that pace. So you can see that I've had pretty good pace there on all those putts, especially the first one that dropped in nicely. Go on then, he's got another one, that's got to go left at the end. Oh! And if you want to start kind of rolling putts like that, you want to start hitting better putts, I think the whole zero torque argument is a very, very interesting one. And I would like to see what other brands can do with it on a budget, because we all know that the lab putters are fantastic yet expensive. We know that Odyssey have tried to do that and make them a little bit cheaper. That's kind of their way into the market. And the fact that PXG are doing this and again making it cheaper still, it's a fantastic battle for them to be having. It's a fantastic battle for all of us, because we all want the ultimate technology. We all want to play our best golf. And ultimately, you've seen here from 30, 40 feet, we all want to be able to have affordable golf clubs that perform well and help us play our best golf. Snooker. So as I started this video with the concept of lots of different line angle balance putters, lots of different zero torque putters, let's have a look at the rest of the range and how this fits in, because we all know that I've been using a Lab Mez 1 for quite some time now, and I've really, really enjoyed it. You can see here we have that forward press on here as well, and it's a very, very similar concept where you can see the shaft goes into more the center of the putter. And from there, I've become what I feel like is a really, really strong putter from this kind of distance, this kind of 10, 12, 15 feet that you would hope to make, probably more than you do make. And you can really start to get some nice rolls on there. You can see how that ball rolled end over end over end. This is a pretty flat putt, and it's a really nice concept that I can just stand at it, hit it, and not worry too much about exactly what I'm doing with that club face. Now, we moved from there and we saw the Allen. So the Allen's a similar concept, but you can see the shaft actually goes more into the heel, however it's pointing into the center of this face. Now, like I said, out in Arizona, we really enjoyed this concept and we saw how this putter was designed. I'll put a couple of clips on from inside PXG's top secret HQ that we got to go and visit. I love the black shaft element of this. I think it looks sleek and fantastic. I'm sure that will be available on different putters as well. But from here, it didn't have that kind of forward press grip. So you can see what I mean here about if I'm moving that down now, especially behind the ball, I don't really know where that club face is aiming. So I can hit some pretty good putts, but I can also hit some average putts, which if I was under the gun under pressure, I'm not sure I can recreate it time after time after time. So I missed one left and one right there, even though this is a really nice forgiving putter. Now, this is the more recent one. I'm surprised that PXG didn't release these all in a lineup, but basically the trilogy of putters now does allow you to have whatever head shape you want whilst having the element of zero torque technology. So like I said, I still think this is the one that I'd be looking at, because it reminds me very much of the Odyssey number 7. I was a huge fan of the Odyssey number 7. I had the Versa model, I had the O-Works model, and I had the White Hot model. I've had loads, and the OG model, I had 4 different models of that. And this just looks like a little bit of a kind of nice progression, I think you could say. Obviously, it's a fantastically milled putter head out of very, very impressive steel. And it really does feel absolutely fantastic. And what I like about this as well is we have the dot on this top line here alongside the alignment line. So what happens there is if your lie angle is incorrect, the dot on the line doesn't match up. So I think that's a really nice little way of making sure that you've got not only the right putter in your hands, but you're set correctly as well. So we've got the lie angle correct, and from there we can start to roll some nice putts. So coming back full circle into this brand new model, the Hellcat. Guys, what do you think? Comment below. Could you see yourself delving into this zero torque, low torque model? Is it more likely to grab your attention because of that slightly lower price point of kind of $249? If so, guys, get in the comments below and let me know, because I think the world of forgiving putters is opening up massively, and I'd love you to be a part of it.